So having talked about the development of different senses of the term culture and how it came to be used in the modern context, how it got, related to what we call the intellectual and artistic or anthropological senses, we shall now go ahead with the hostility to the word culture. Hostility means hatred, dislike, we can say here, to the word culture in English started, from the controversy around Matthew Arnold's views. Matthew Arnold, you might be knowing, is well known for his essay Culture and Anarchy, an essay in political and social criticism, which was published in the year 1882. So he's referring about that period, the 1890s. Okay, so after Matthew Arnold's views on culture in England, a kind of controversy was created, and this particular hostility, dislike for the word culture, gathered its force in the late 19th century, in the last period of the 19th century, and the early period of 20th century. Okay, and he makes division of the century in three parts, and he talks about the early period, then that E stands for the first period, then he talks about the middle period, and then he talks about the last period. Okay, third period of the century. So third period is, you know it very well now, after 1870. So that is the IC, and then he talks about the early period of 20th century, and this gathered momentum, force, this hostility in association with a comparable hostility to aesthetic and uh, aesthetic. To these both terms, the hostility was, there in England. Now, why this hostility was there? Let's try to understand. Its association with class distinction. Now, culture was associated with classes: upper class, middle class, lower class, etc. And that created a kind of dislike for the term, for the word culture in English. So the association of the word culture with class produced the mime word culture. Now, mime means, you might be knowing, you are familiar with that. So this mime word culture, mime is, you might be knowing, not expressing yourself without using language. So mime plays you must have seen. So the term, the word culture came into existence because of this kind of association between class and culture. And apart from that, there was an area of hostility associated with anti-German feeling. In English, the people had some kind of anti-German feeling during the during and after the World War First. You might be knowing World War First started in the year 1914, and it lasted up to 1918 or 19 actually. So between this war period, Hitler was ruling over Germany. You might know in Germany, and there were two groups, and because of this hatred for German people, I mean to say, anti-German feeling, what happened? There was a dislike for the word culture, because German culture in relation culture, because of its propaganda. German, Hitler was talking about German culture and all, and because of that, this kind of propaganda, the British people started disliking the word culture. Firstly, it was because of the class distinction. They started talking about the upper class culture and all, and apart from that, there was a kind of hatred for German people, Germany in general. So what we understand here is that this kind of hostility lasted, and it has been emphasized by the recent American phrase. Means we can understand how much hateful the term became. The American phrase culture vulture came into being because of that. Culture was considered as vulture, gidhad, you might be knowing. So it is significant that virtually all the hostility means hatred or dislike, with the sole exception of the temporary anti-German association. Means of course during the period 1914 to 18, the term culture, as it came from Germany or German language, therefore there was a kind of hatred, and even the propaganda of German in the context of their nation made the people. But that was an exception of that period. But in general, there was a kind of hostility because it has been connected with usage involving claims to superior knowledge. For example, culture refers to the intellectual state of mind. So this claim creates a kind of hostility. Refinement, for example, the mime word culture, and distinction between high art or culture and popular art and entertainment. So that created this kind of hostile atmosphere for the word culture. Means during that period, even Matthew Arnold talked about high culture. So this distinction between high culture and popular culture or low culture made the problem. Now even in India, I have referred to that. So we have the distinction between classical and popular or folk art. But these days the things have become a bit what we call normal. But earlier you might be knowing what we understand as tamasha in Maharashtra was hated. Lavani and all. Still, the atmosphere is not different. The artists, who perform in tamasha are looked down upon. So this kind of distinction created the hostile atmosphere because culture stood for superior knowledge. So this kind of distinction records a real social history. Now the term culture is associated with social history. And it's very difficult and confused phase of social and cultural development. This particular period is a very difficult and confused phase of social and cultural development. It records, to say, the social history becomes very complex. And he further says that it is interesting to note that steadily extending social and anthropological use of culture and cultural as an adjective, and such formations such as subculture means the cultures of small groups, means except for certain areas, for example popular entertainment, either bypass or effectively diminish the hostility. It's gradually we started using subculture and all, means culture of working class people and all. Then gradually this hostility diminished. Okay, and its associated unease and embarrassment means as soon as they talked about culture, there was a kind of unease and embarrassment, and that got reduced gradually because of its social anthropological use of the term years culture and cultural. So he concludes this essay with the recent sense of culturalism, the recent use of culturalism to indicate a methodological contrast with structuralism. So structuralism in linguistics. So culturalism is kind of method, as structuralism is a method in the analysis of language. So structuralism is also used in social analysis, but at the same time, culturalism is also a method, and it retains many of the earlier difficulties. And still, that hostility is around the world. It does not bypass the hostility. So this is how we understand how the term culture came into being. with all its controversies, with all its senses, with all its references throughout the historical period.